Back now on Triad Today, and I'm a big fan of both of these folks and what they do, and I want you to meet them right now. Lori Bates, our director. On my immediate right, Layla Garms makes a return engagement here. She's program officer for the Winston-Salem Foundation. We're always glad to have her back. And next to Layla is first-time visitor Kevin Redding. He's executive director of the Piedmont Land Conservancy. Welcome, folks.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Kevin, I'm going to keep you in the waiting area there for a second. I want to talk to Layla about something. Layla, briefly remind us what the mission of the Winston-Salem Foundation is, just 5 or 10 seconds, just so we'll know what we're dealing with here.
So the mission of the Winston-Salem Foundation is to make philanthropy and its benefits available to all. And we do that through a variety of different avenues.
Now those avenues include issuing grants, community grants. Tell me about the community grants program.
Well, we make grants to nonprofits serving Forsyth County 6 times a year. Our nonprofits cover a wide array of service areas, including health and human services, community and economic development, education, and arts and culture. Last year, we made about $2.4 million in community grants.
God, what an impact that you're having on quality of life. I just think that that's great. Kevin, let me ask you, what is the Piedmont Land Conservancy, and what's the mission?
Well, we're a nonprofit organization that focuses on land conservation throughout 9 counties of the northern Piedmont. And we work on farmland preservation, protecting our rivers and streams, wildlife, and places for the public to go and enjoy the land.
We didn't rehearse this or anything, but I mean, how do you encourage people to donate or that might be the wrong, but to designate lands for the Conservancy? If you have farmland, well, I've got 800 acres, I'm going to give this 200 acres. How does that happen quickly?
Well, it just evolves over time. People have to make plans for what's going to happen when they're gone. And a lot of the landowners in the region inherited land from previous generations, and they want to keep it open and for wildlife, for farming, for the rivers and streams that go across it. And they know if they work with us, they can ensure that'll happen.
And absolutely they can. I tell you folks, it's just a great organization, and if you're interested in protecting the land, that's the way to do it. Now let's talk about the Alyn Wildflower Preserve. Where is that? How did it come about?
Well, the Alyn Preserve is a decades-long work by a young lady named Alyn, who unfortunately passed away about a year ago. And she spent her life collecting native plants from throughout North Carolina and the southeastern United States. And she brought them back to her 6 acres in Winston-Salem, where she took care of them and cultivated them. And today it's one of the richest collections of trillium and spring wildflowers anywhere in America.
Oh man. Now Layla and of course the Winston-Salem Foundation, I'm assuming, helped you with the grant, right?
Correct, yes.
How did that impact on how the preserve, the Wildflower Preserve turned out and how it's maintained?
Well, the foundation helped us out tremendously. When Emily passed away, the property was given to Piedmont Land Conservancy. It's 6 acres, it has a house on it and a wildflower garden. And historically, we are not really in the business of owning a lot of land.
Right.
So we needed help, and we needed to bring some experts in, figure out how we're going to manage this property now and use it for the best of Emily's vision. And the grant from the Winston-Salem Foundation enabled us to do that.
Took you in a whole nother vista, because again, you help protect land and keep the environment safe, but this was a case where you really had to get active and try to manage this thing, and I think it's great what you're doing. Now, can we tour the Wildlife Preserve?
It is available for tours. You just have to contact us at piedmontland.org or 691-0088 and call and schedule a visit. We'll be happy to
I'm going to ask you to give that number one more time. I'm going to take my pen. I'm going to take my pen out because I'm a slow writer. Say it for me again.
691-0088 is our office number.
Okay. I was just going to give your home number, but I won't do that. Layla, how can a nonprofit group apply for a community grant?
Well, the first step is to fill out a preliminary application, which you can find online on our website. If your preliminary application is approved, then we'll invite you to come in with a full grant application, and that will be the point at which we start our due diligence process, which includes a site visit with our community grant staff. The final decisions are made by our governing board, and the whole process takes about 3 months.
All right. Very quickly, we're just about out of time. Kevin, you need any volunteers?
We can always use volunteers. We have work days throughout the spring and fall at the garden. It's a great way to come out and learn the plants and help out and take care of them.
You're seeing websites on screen, both for the foundation, wsfoundation.org, and for piedmontland.org. Come back sometime, will you?
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Be right back.